ध्यानमूलं गुरुमूर्ति पूजामूलं गुरुपदम् मन्त्रमूलं गुरुर्वाक्यम् मोक्षमूलं गुरु कृपा। सब तत्वों का ज्ञान है परम पुरुष विज्ञान। सहज योग अभ्यास है डोर विहंगम जान। जय सद्गुरुदेव। Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all in this special series of Vihangam Yoga English online survey Satsang conducted by Vihangam Yoga Singapore team. One of the greatest initiatives to share all the knowledge from the survey as well as reading and discussing in a regular basis on a weekly session. By attending the session, you might be able to understand how to start a journey within yourself. So please stay focused till the end of the session. If you're the first time here, please visit our Facebook page, YouTube channel, because all of our previous session recordings are available there. If you understand the content, always click on the like button and don't forget to share and subscribe with your friends and family members. Thank you in advance. I'm Om Prakash on behalf of the Vihangam Yoga Singapore team. We would like to extend our thanks to all our regular attendees of the session, all the newcomers, and our team members and their family to grace this occasion. Coming to this online session, it will take about 1 hour to complete. As you can see in the screen, today's agenda display over there. We will start the session by offering a prayer to the holy feet of the Master. The prayer will be in two parts. The first one is Swagat Gan, and the second one, which we call it the Mangal Gan. After prayer, there will be a talk, and today's topic of discussion is body and the soul. Referring to the survey, Bundle 3, Chapter 1, page number 368. If your survey is my survey, is the same. Do keep survey with you if you like. If anyone interested, he or she can read few couplets too. This is open for everyone. Followed by question and answer session based on today's talk. And time allotted for the question answer is about 10 minutes. Before closing, there will be a short prayer, which we call a Santi part, and some announcement for upcoming sessions. So this is all about today's session. For those who are not aware of Vihangam Yoga, allow me to introduce you. Vihangam Yoga organization is fall in a category of the NGO, a pioneer in yoga and advanced meditation training aiming at uplifting the human life in all aspects. The organization was established in the year 1924 by His Holiness Sadguru Sdafal Devji Maharaj, who discovered this wonderful meditation technique after 17 years of strenuous meditation practice under the dense forest Himalayas. Today, under guidance of the Pradyan Sadguru, His Holiness Sri Swatantra Devji Maharaj, Vihangam Yoga has reached around 50 countries and has transformed the lives of more than 5 million disciples. Our international headquarters is situated on the bank of holy river called Ganges in Allahabad, which is also known as Prayagraj in India. Amid global pandemic, Vihangam Yoga Singapore team has started daily online session of the breathing exercise, pranayam, Vihangam meditation, as well as the rejuvenation session. In Singapore, we had started on April 2018. I also like to introduce the largest center of Vihangam Yoga is being constructed under the name of Swarved Maha Mandir, located in the Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh in India. About 20,000 people can sit together and do meditate at the same time. Please do visit whenever time permits to you. If you are the true seeker, this should be on your hit list. Now let's start the session. The first, we're going to offer a welcome song. A small prayer for the world peace and prosperity. The prayer will display in this screen in Hindi and English. To offer a prayer in the holy feet of the Master and get a blessing for the session, I would like to invite Mr. Srinivasji. Srinivasji joining us from Singapore and has been associated with Vihangam Yoga from last 4 years. He's a regular practitioner of Vihangam meditation, a dynamic, a vibrant personality. Everyone, please join Srinivasji for Swarved Gan and Mangalgan.
जय सद्गुरुदेव स्वागत गान आज स्वागत नित्य गुरुवर संशुभागम आइए अध्यात्म विद्या दिव्य ज्योति सोम रस बरसाइए दोष दुर्गुण दूर करके शुद्ध हंस बनाइए वेद गम गति ज्ञान गर्जन शक्ति द्वार हटाइए खुले द्वारा शब्द सागर भक्त जन अन्वाइए जन सदा फल विश्व शिक्षक छान आन बचाइए मंगलगान विश्व शांति नाम मंगल परम गुरु को ध्याइए वर्ग द्वंद्व अशांति दूर कर भाव भेद मिटाइए सार्वभौम समष्टि सत्ता ध्यात्म राज्य बनाइए भेष भाषा भाव जग में ज्ञान पर दर्शाइए समृद्धि सुख शांति धरातल स्वर्ग भूमि बनाइए विश्व शिक्षक जान सदा फल नीति स्वर अपनाइए जय सद्गुरुदेव
Thank you, Srinivasji, for the wonderful prayer, Swadgan and Magargan with the music. Now we had started our session. Moving forward to the next activity, which is a talk, and I hope we all are waiting for it. Today we're going to talk about body and soul, very interesting topic, and also referring from the survey Mandal 3, Chapter 1, as I told, page number 368. As we all know, we all are in a body form, or rather I would say all the living things have their own physical dimensions to identify as a body. But body can't do anything without the soul, and soul resides in the body. Now the question is, where the soul? We can see all around the many living things. Some looks like very huge like an elephant, and also some looks like very tiny creature like an ant. How this transformation happen? What are the hidden things behind? So let's deep dive into this topic, and to share more about this, I would like to invite Mr. Subhash Chandra. Subhash is joining us from Singapore and has been associated with Vihangam almost childhood. And so, since childhood, Subhash is associated with practical knowledge of Vihangam Yoga. He is one of the busiest person, but he still find the way to promote the precious knowledge of the Sadguru while balancing his life and trying for spiritual progress. Subhash has been working for the last 10 years as a director in Department of Multinational Institute related to reinsurance in Singapore. Prior to this, he has served in some high-level multinational institute in India as well as in the Reserve Bank of India. Over to you, Subhash, for today's talk.
Thank you very much, Omji. Brahmanandam Parama Sukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Vandatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tat Masyadhilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tvam Nama. My bow to the Master. And thank you very much, each one of you, for being present for this wonderful discussion. Greetings from my side. So today's session, which we are going to discuss about the body and soul based on Swarved, Canto 3, Chapter 1, which has total 34 couplets. I'll be trying to touch upon on most of the items described into Swarved, but just in 30 to 40 minutes, it's not possible for anyone to describe and explain everything, whatever has been mentioned in Swarved, all 30 plus couplets. Even explaining one or two couplet may take hours and hours. So I'll try to make it as concise and as simple as possible. Let me start with a story, which I'm not sure if you have come across ever. There was a traveler. There was a person who visited from one of his country to another country. Let's consider from, say, Europe to India. And he was an inquisitive person to know, learn things, understand things. And of course, after learning, roaming around, traveling, everything, noting it, diarying everything, and then he goes back to his day-to-day life. So at one time, what he did is he heard about a saint, a rishi, around him where he was, and somebody told him, oh, why don't you go and visit him also? Maybe you will have some interesting facts to know from him also, just for the sake of information at your end. So he was curious. Okay, why not? Let's go. So he had heard about not many different people in India at that time point, what they have and all those things, what they do, what they don't, and everything is there. Fine. So he was having his own expectation from that rishi, that saint, what he will be, how he'd look like, what he would have having in the house, and all those kind of things. So he went to that place and with the permission of the rishi, with the saint, and entered the house. As soon as he entered the house, he was kind of shocked. There was nothing in the house. It was just a mat and a chair or something for a visitor to sit on, and the saint was sitting on the floor. And he was surprised to see there was nothing, just a pitcher was there alongside for him to drink some water, and that's it. He was curious to know a few more things. So lots of discussion happened, and at the same time, at the end he said that, or towards the end he said, the traveler said that, Sir, I was expecting that you will have a bed, you will have an almirah, you will have a cupboard, you will have something else based on which you would have been performing your day-to-day basis activities. But I don't see anything. It is just middle of the jungle and you just have one mat where you sleep. Is it not a very strenuous journey for you so far? So Saint Rishi smiled and he said, yes, my dear son, you are very right. Let me ask, before answering your question, let me ask a question from you to you. You are a traveler, you are coming from Europe, right? How many things do you carry with you? Right now also you are carrying a bag and just communicated, the mobile, right? Why don't you carry your bed? Why don't you carry all the things, what you have probably which belongs to you at this time? Then the traveler was laughing. He said, how can I? It is not possible to carry all those things. If I continue carrying all those, my beds and everything, then it will be very difficult to move. And my real objective for which I have been traveling, seek the information to understand, know things, will be forfeited. I'll just be engaged with all those my belongings, things here and there, and all those kind of things. So I should be in such a way that I am free, do my task, complete it, fulfill the objective, and go back to my original place. And that's it. The Rishi was laughing a little bit. And then he said, son, I have the similar objective like you. I'm a traveler. If I'm a traveler, why should I carry all those things? It will simply be an attachment to me. I should keep with myself as less as possible, no matter what it is. Just for living, I have to sleep, so I need a just mat, and that's it. The rest, all the things have been given by the nature itself. Why should I attach myself to so many things? I am a traveler. My real house is somewhere else. I'm here to explore, just like you, something specific. And once my role is done, once my objective is fulfilled, I'll go back to my place. Then what will I do carrying all those things in this traveling part? I have a connectivity portal, and that's it. I don't need anything. The traveler was have an opening eye just with this small couple of sentences. But what we are doing in our day-to-day life, we are just seeking out things here and there, carrying things along with us. This is this is yours. I will do this, you will do this. This is my body. This is my mind. This is my house. This is my car. This is me, and that's it. We are carrying all those things with us. The meaning of carrying all these things is nothing but being attached to it. If you're not attached to these items, just not about worldly item I'm talking about the body itself, isn't it? When we go from here in our simple terminology, when we die, what happens to us? What do we carry along with us? Wherever we go, that's a different topic altogether to discuss. But whatever happens to us, whenever we leave this body, we leave everything. We don't even remember anything. We don't even feel anything after we left the body. Little bit, where the body is, we don't feel anything. What is there? There is nothing. It's a thing which we are carrying. It's an attachment, and that's how we have grown since we have in this body. So the saint says, I have very specific purpose. Once I will fulfill, I will just go back to my original home. And that's what has to happen with everyone, whether you know the objective or not. One day or another, you will reach there. But after how many lives? That is completely depending on you. The body is very important to us. It has been given to us. We cannot create our own body just like that. Body has been given to all of us. And there is a misconception. People think that once I will die, once I will leave this body, I will meet that Almighty. It's not a true concept. It's not a true thing. Probably it has been populated into a larger extent based on just to motivate some people not to get disheartened, maybe just as a cushion to keep going, keep putting their effort to continue the journey. But in reality, once we leave the body, we don't meet the Almighty. That is completely a misconception. We don't. We go somewhere else in a different zone, and then we get another body, basically. If we are not leaving our body on our will, based on our own will, if we are not able to, which a yogi can, then we are bound to come and go inside this body or different body in different form, which is not in our control at all. So the body has been given to us and it has a specific purpose. Why? Especially the human body. As Omji mentioned, that there are so many different kinds of body available. Different insects are there, birds are there, animals are there, humans are there, human are there. What is the objective specifically about the real objective of the body of human? It has a specific purpose. The kind of thing which we can achieve through this body, we cannot achieve from any other body, any other type of body. And that's why this body has a specific purpose. We must know and understand and our body as healthy as possible. Otherwise, it's an inert object. We will have to leave. It is just like as those who are in accounting field, they must be knowing wear and tear, right? This body is performing something on the basis of wear and tear. If you don't maintain it, if you don't repair it, if you don't keep it as healthy as possible, it will deteriorate every time, throughout the time. So we must keep it as healthy as possible because it's an inert object. And this body is the house for us. Us means the soul. The soul is inside this body. This is the home right now. If we don't keep our home as clean as possible, outside, inside, as strong as possible, any adverse condition situation can destroy it. And then we are homeless. And then nothing is in our control at all. So we must keep our body as fit and fine as possible. It is changing. It is not everlasting. It is not permanent. It will deteriorate no matter how we keep it healthy. But at least for a specific time duration, we should keep it as healthy as possible. But the important thing, what has been mentioned in this particular chapter in Swarved, is that everyone definitely has to die. We don't realize this basically. Maybe sometimes when we see somebody, our near and dear people in society or in family or in relatives, then for few minutes or few hours or maybe few days, we are in a very different mode. Very different mode. What this life is about, death, our death, what will happen if I die, etc., etc. But after a few hours or few days, we just tell ourselves, oh, come on, where you are stuck. Where you are stuck, come on, be intelligent and practical enough. Go and start working. Forget about these things. That's how we answer yourself. But that's a sad thing. This death is the ultimate truth for this body. Ultimate truth. We must not run away from this thinking, knowing, understanding, realizing. It's not that we have not experienced death in past. We have experienced death in past many times. And that's why we are afraid of that feeling of death, because that is there already inside the memory. So why to afraid it? Why should we? Just like as in the office, when or somebody that is a student or in the office, you are afraid of some specific type of job. How would you develop? You develop only on the basis of how you face it. So we must face it. Similarly, death, we cannot face. I'm not saying that go on the railway track and face the death. No, that's not the point. The point is knowledge. Know about it. Feel it in a different way and understand the method, how do we come out from this stage? Swamiji has mentioned in the third couplet, Mrityu aap dekhat mare, aisa maran suhai, maran jivan swadhinata tab yogi pad. Very simply, he says, Mrityu aap dekhat mare. When the death comes to us, we are so helpless in a normal circumstances. For a normal 99.99999% people, they are so helpless, can't do anything, can't do, just surrender to the death, and that's it, because you don't have the capability. But a yogi is the one who mrityu aap dekhat mare. Okay, the death is coming, I'm there, hold on. He tells that death, hold on, wait, I have few things to finish, and then I will come automatically on my own, and then I'll go with you, just for sake of understanding. That's what the meaning of mrityu aap dekhat mare means. It is in your control. If it comes, you can ask to wait. And if you don't want to, then just go on your own basis. The 10th door will be open. You have to open your 10th door. The yogi opens his 10th door and then goes along to amalgamate with the Supreme Being. So Swamiji says that those people who have been dying is a word which says that you have not reached to that stage. So in the other couplet, what Swamiji says, Mar kar phir marana nahi, उत्तम मरण कहाए, देह त्याग सोई मरण है, त्याग समाधि लगाए. What does this mean? Mar kar phir marana nahi means once you left your body, then you are not forceful. You don't have to come to the body forcefully to die again next time. Mar kar phir marana nahi means now you have left your body, you are done, and that's it. No next birth. No next birth, any kind of. That's it. Finish. Means he's talking about the liberation, the salvation. That once you should live your life in such a way, you should train your body in such a way, you should have the lifestyle in such a way that you reach to the level of salvation. And once you come out from this body, then you don't go into the body. You go into the body again on the basis of your karma. Maybe one day we will discuss in a much more detail how this karma mechanism and methodology works in such a way that someone is born in some rich family, someone is born in poor family, someone is born in poor family but still becomes rich, someone is in rich family still becomes poor, and there are so many different categories. How does this karma functions? No matter what, good or bad, whichever way we do, whichever we perform the karma, it would bound us to come to another body. Definitely. So that's what here Swamiji is mentioning. Mar kar phir marana nahi means you do something, you do perform in such a way that this body, the objective of getting this body is fulfilled. That is the most important thing, and that is perform your karma in such a way that you reach out to the akarma level. That means the level of salvation. That is very, very important to understand. And then Swamiji has mentioned that body, as I mentioned previously also, body is an inert object. It doesn't perform things on its own. If the soul is not inside this body, then the body will not perform anything. In fact, our relatives, our family members, they will throw, burn, and bury this body. There's nothing left into it. The importance of this body is only when the soul is inside. So the combination of soul and body is very, very important. The soul can perform only when it is into the body. Actually, unless and until that soul has reached out to that ultimate stage, that is different thing. But even to reach to that ultimate stage, the soul has to come to the body itself if it has departed from its originality. All the souls at one time or at their own time, they were in connection under the guidance into that zone of Almighty. Definitely, all of us. But we have fell down from there. We have fallen down from there because of our own conditions and reasons. Once we have fallen down, then the journey starts and we come to the body. Once we are into the body, now we are performing. If we have not taken a different path to uplift ourselves towards the salvation, then this circle continues, and it doesn't end. So the body will be there, it will be again there, it will be again there, it will be again there. Sometimes you will be in human form, sometimes you will be in some other form. You don't remember anything. That's how the mechanism is. That's why Swamiji says that utilize this body in such a way that you can ultimately achieve the objective of this body. If the body is not there, soul will not be able to perform. And if the body is dead, the soul will go to another body. And then it takes few years to get accustomed to that body, to that environment, and simply losing time. And since nothing is in control, so we just be a part of it and do things whichever way it has to be done, and that's it. The originality is that we have to understand the reality of the body. We don't have to get attached. We don't have to get attached to the body. We don't have to get attached to the physical pleasure. We don't have to be attached with the sense organs pleasure. We don't have to be attached with the pleasure of the mind. These all things will be left behind, and ultimately only the memory will be stored in the chitta. And once again, when you come to the body, that memory will again flourish with you. And that's it. What is the use? What is the use of this body? We are performing with this body only in such a way that we are getting temporary pleasure here and there. And then bigger cause is we are creating or doing things with this body in such a way that we create next cycle for our life. You can think about how much pain it will be if you die. You can think about you hung inside the womb of the mother for 6 months. Reverse way. Think about it. Think about it. What kind of pain we are going through. And the whole life. How many of us are fully satisfied with our life? How many of us are completely in bliss? And how many time, how much duration you have? We are only in stress. And we are in illusion, saying that, oh, I have this much, I have that much, I achieve this, that, etc., etc. What for? If one day somebody takes away everything, see how much pain you would have. That's why Swamiji has said, Deha त्याग देह अभिमान को दुख का भाजन देह देह बंध का कोट है मलबी रज रज एह. This body which is made up of this shells, it is just to live. Live means doesn't mean that you just die and come out from the body. No, it is here. Tyaga deh abhiman means we always feel like that, oh, I have the body. The mind always feels like this. Oh, I am into the body. It is a kind of attachment. It's a kind of an ego that I have something. And that's why we are into the sorrow. That's why we are unhappy. The day we just leave it out. Don't get attached to this body. Don't at all. That doesn't mean that you take a knife and start poking yourself with the knife. No, not that way. But it's talking about the comfort. We are so much engrossed in our body-related comfort. If today electricity is there, if forget about electricity, if we have a habit of being in air condition and for 1 hour air condition doesn't function, see what happens to you. See what happens to you. Just 1 hour air con is closed into the office or at the home, in the office especially. See what happens to you. You'll be mad. Unless and until you have something urgent, you'll not like to work. It's not about the air con. It's about the adaptability of the body, and the one which is experiencing these things is the soul, which has get accustomed on the basis of body to feel air con all the time, being in the comfort level. This is painful. We have been, based on the science, we have been continuously trying to evolve, solving our one or another problem. But we are actually going far away from the reality. And that's why Swamiji says that Deh se alag hai. Dehi means Deh. Deh means the body. Dehi means the one which owns the body. So it's the soul. Soul owns the body. This is my body, so it is my body. I cannot say this is Omji's body. Cannot, right? It's my body. So this body belongs to me right now as Subhash. So Dehi Deh se alag hai. Deh vikar swarup jeev shatru tan mein base जीव भ्रम नाना रूप. देही देह से अलग है. The soul is different from the body. The body has been given to us to perform. What to perform? This is very, very important to understand. Very, very important. There is only one objective, which in fact we had been discussing every day nowadays in the morning Swarved reading also, where we read 2 couplets. This is the objective, to reach out to our real home, the original home, which probably we have forgotten. We don't remember where the ultimate house ours is. We have forgotten it because we are in the vicious cycle. We don't go there after death. No, we don't. We don't go there. We are just revolving in the vicious cycle, moving that birth, death, birth, death, birth, death, birth, death. Body is changing, and that's it. And your experience is changing with the body, and that's it. Maybe in past I was a horse, maybe in past I was a bird, maybe in past I was something else. Who knows? Of course, maybe in other human form also. But all those experiences being in all those bodies, still into that chitta, that memory is there. And that's why sometimes it pops out. Sometimes it pops out. So dehi deh se alag hai. So we have to realize that our body and I, as I, individual, soul, different from these two. And these two have to depart one day. And this body is changing. Few years back, I was young. Before that, I was a child. From here onward, I will be old. And from there onward, this body doesn't exist. So it's changing. It's changing on the basis of a fixed pattern, which has been given by that Almighty, on the basis of how many counts of the breath I have, and how, in a well condition, I'm trying to keep this body. Jeev shatru tan mein base. Jeev means the soul. It has an enemy, which is also inside this body. Jiva Brahmananaru. What that enemy is. The mind is the first enemy to the soul. Although mind is a helping hand, a helping tool for the soul, but because of so many of lives in past, mind has taken over. Mind has taken over and it does things on its own. We ourselves are responsible for that. But the mind, man, is the biggest enemy of the soul. We must understand this. Otherwise, we will live our whole life just in illusion, nothing else. So ultimately, the soul is very important for us. Being a soul itself, soul realizes its own presence on its own basis. And this is the first basic objective for all of us to realize, that we are soul. We are soul, and it is a conscious entity. It doesn't have to do anything about, actually in reality, the body, the mind, or anything. It doesn't need anything, actually. It doesn't need. If it is required, if it has been given to us, the very first thing which we have to understand is, if it has been given, what I should do, in which way I should perform, so that I am not dependent on these entities. I'm free from anything. And that's what Vihangam Yoga teaches. Vihangam, the path of the bird. The bird flies without any base. It flies on its own. That's what the soul is about. It doesn't need the body. It doesn't need the mind. It is there. It has inbuilt characteristic to be on its own basis. That's what we have to learn, how to come out from this body without being dependent on it and on mind and any other associated entities. It is different from all entities which has been given to us as an association. But the body has been given to us based on our own karmas. If we don't perform to come out from that vicious cycle of the karma, we keep on revolving, no matter good karma or bad karma. Even if you do good karma all the time, to get the fruits of that good karma which are stored, you will have to come again. You'll have to come again to just experience that result of the good karma which you have done. That's why Swamiji says that you have to perform in such a way, you have to change your basis in such a way that you come to a conscious level. From there onward, you do all karma. Means whatever karma you do, it doesn't count for your account, basically. That's why one of the most objective, all of us, first to realize that we have to shift our basis from the body to the soul. That doesn't mean that you have to leave your body. No, it's not about leaving the body. That will come when the time comes. But leaving or shifting the basis from body to soul means we have to detach ourselves from all the attachments what we have created our own since our childhood. During our childhood time, whatever comes in front of us, we just absorb, we just learn, we just go on that basis. But now we are adults. Our intellect is there. We can think, we can analyze, we can understand. And this is the time that we realize what is the real objective of whatever has been given to us. If because of just that enemy mind, if because of just the comfort of this body, the sense organs, the taste bud, and skin and all those kind of things, if you are still just lazy enough, you'll never ever realize things. Maybe some of us would have realized or just have popped out something like this in our mind 20 years back. Did we do anything from there onward? We've forgotten. And time doesn't stop. Doesn't stop. We keep on going, keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. Black hair, now white hair, then no hair. Nothing will be left. The time doesn't stop. Doesn't stop. If we think that, okay, let me finish that task first. Let me finish that task, that task. Then I will fully into this. My dear friends, that time will never come. That time will never come. Never come. Never come. We have to realize performing each and everything else together and then shift slowly from one to another basis. That's how the whole system should be generated by us. Otherwise, life is very difficult. Very, very difficult. Deha tyag dukh jaan kar aao aapan roop त्रिगुण धर्म से अलग है चेतन शुद्ध स्वरूप. देह त्याग दुख जानकर. That doesn't mean that, again, that doesn't mean that die and leave this body and just be the soul. No, it's not. That doesn't mean here. It means leave the feeling of the body, detach yourself from the body. It is just to give the pain, nothing else. Rest, whatever we are getting, whichever way we are feeling, it's just temporary. Just temporary. There's so much of vast bliss available for all of us. But for that, we have to open the gate of consciousness to reach out to the level of soul. And that's what it says. Aao aapan roop means come to your own basis. That's what your reality is. Body is not the complete reality for longer time. But the soul, the conscious nature of the soul itself is the reality for each one of us. Triguna dharma se alag hai. Triguna means Sat, Raj, and Tam. These are the nature characteristics of the mother nature. And these are associated, attached to all of us, based on which our thinking, our environment, our behavior, and everything changes. One day, probably you may think, I'm so devotee today, I'm feeling like. Another day, you are in rage. Another day, you are in anger. Why and because of which all these things are changing? You are you. You should always be in the same mode. If anything is changing, it's only because of these three gunas, Sat, Raj, and Tam. We have to detach ourselves from these because of these only this body is functioning, mind is functioning, everything is functioning. Once you come to the level of the consciousness, these things will not disturb. These will just be roaming around you. Okay, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Just like as a plumber is there, right? A plumber is there. The plumber has so many tools, isn't it? The plumber has so many tools. But it's the plumber who has to choose which tool I have to use at what time, depending on the requirement at the time what he is performing. The tools will not pop out on its own and okay, take me, not like that. It's the plumber who has the right, who has the ability to pick up the right tool to perform at that time point back. And that's it. That's how once you come to the conscious level, then everything will be around. Fine. Your body will be there, your mind will be there, intellect will be there, memory will be there, everything is there. None of these will pop out. Stay on its own. Whichever you want to pick up, perform, put it down. Pick up, perform, put it down. That's how we have to lead our life. निज स्वरूप को देख ले, फिर माया को देख, कहाँ जन्म कहाँ मरण है, धोखा जग कर रे. Once you come to your own stage, once you come to your own conscious level, then you look around everything. Oh, okay, here this is what it is. Okay, here this is what it is. Everything will be visible to you the way it has to be. And then everything is in your control. If you don't want to get intermingled with that, it will be there. But you have learned the technique to keep yourself away from all those which is available. Okay, here how I take the birth. Here how the soul takes the birth. Oh, here how the body is left and the soul comes out from this body. That you will come to know once you reach to the level of consciousness. Otherwise, if you don't, then everything will look like just as illusion. Just as illusion. And that's why mind is called the biggest enemy for a soul. What do we have to do? How do we realize all these things? The start point is the meditation, because meditation is the way to have a control over mind from outside, inside, purify it, then reach out to the level of the consciousness. This is one of definitely the beginning start point to realize our own existence. Definitely. But there are many more things together with. I was discussing with Vaniji today in the morning that is meditation just the only thing? What about the service? What about connecting with the master? It is very important. And that's why meditation is very important to perform, to purify ourselves, to realize the real existence of ours in its real nature. But at the same time, there are much more things beyond that. And that's why we need to be connected with the master, serve the master, surrender to the master to really achieve the real objective of the life. The soul will always be there. In Gita, it has been mentioned, Nainang chindati shastrani, nainang dahati pavaka, na chanang kedyantyapo na shoshati maruta. That means the soul cannot be destroyed by anything. Anything means anything. Same thing Swamiji also has mentioned in this particular chapter. Shastra vichedana nahi kare, agina na jare soy, marudata hina sokhai, amrita chetana soy. The texts are mentioned everywhere. We read it out also. But how many of us realize it? That is the biggest question. How we would realize anything and everything once we get connected to the master. Otherwise, the life will continue with the black hair, with the gray hair, the white hair, partial white hair, full white hair, and no hair and no body. Nothing will be left thereafter. Again, next cycle will start. Without hair, little bit hair, black hair, partial white hair, full white hair, no body. Again, you will come to the next one. That continues. So we have to identify our real objective in our life. What we want from our life. Why this body has been given. Why the soul has come to the body, and how do we come out from the vicious cycle of this body, death, and life. That is the ultimate most objective of Vihangam Yoga and the Master Sadguru Sadakul Devji Maharaj. The time is very important, very, very important. We must realize it. With all this, I think this particular chapter has so many things. There are many more things which has been mentioned in this particular chapter. It has been mentioned 6 different stages of soul, the Hans state, the Kaivalya, Mahakaran, Karan, Sukshma, Sthul. Those states have been defined a little bit in this particular chapter, and something more about body also has been described. Probably we can discuss about those things later on some more time. If any question, if anyone has, please feel free to unmute yourself if possible, please. Thank you very much for your attention. Jai Sri Gurudev.
Subhashi, I have a question related bit of a topic today. So when we talk about the soul, so like trees and plants, do they have a soul? And sometimes we talk about the rivers, all these things, other than the body form, like the animals or humans.
So Swamiji has mentioned in Swarved that a soul takes birth in 6 different ways. I may not be able to mention each and every 6 parts in English, probably, but I can explain what all these are. 6 different ways. So one we know as mammals, right? Mammals, which is in Hindi or Sanskrit, if we say it is called pindaj. All the mammals, right? They have body, of course, like some animals are also there, some birds are also there, and human, they are mammals. The other one is called andaj, which is coming out from an egg. So all those souls which come out from the egg, they call it andaj. Okay. The third one is called ushmaj. Ushmaj means ushma. Ushma means the heat. There are some insects there which doesn't need anything. It just pop out into the body, creates the body just out of heat. Scientifically also it has been proven nowadays. But still science doesn't know how does this happen. But if a specific heat condition is available in one specific environment, then a body can be there and a soul can be inside that. So some souls appear through this heat also, which is called ushmaj. Fourth one is udbhid or sthavar, which is those things which come out from the soil. So basically all the plants, all the trees, the grass, and anything which comes out from the soil. So that is udbhid or sthavar, is basically that which comes out from the soil. That's how the meaning of udbhid is. So all those souls basically which come out from the soil are also soul, but yes, because they have the feeling also, they are growing also, and they die also. It's just that they are inactive, standing just at one point. So they don't move completely, although their branches are flourishing and the leaves are also there. But yes, all those plants, all those trees and everything are also souls. Fifth and sixth are called Sansiddhik and Sankalpik. Sansiddhik, as the name says, Siddh. So there are some specific souls are there who are in different zone. They are being called by some specific, much more higher powerful souls. If I have to give an example, just for an example, Sadhguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj is capable enough to bring a specific soul down to the earth to perform them for a specific reason. So that's Sansiddhik. And Sankalpik is, there are some souls who can appear on their own basis in this world, creating their own form, whichever way they can, if just for the sake of, again, just for the sake of example I'm giving. I still don't know whether it is true or not, but I'm giving this example because we probably, most of us know about that. Hiranyakashipu, we know, one of the mythological story in India, which Hiranyakashipu was the father of devotee Prahalad. So it is known that it is known in text and otherwise also in Puranas everywhere, that Narasimha avatar, right? Where a form appeared from a pillar, half human and half lion, right? So that is just, I'm giving an example, Sankalpik, it comes on its own. Who comes, who, that I'm not discussing right now. But if it at all it is true, just for the sake of letting you understand how exactly things happen, probably, this is one such example that doesn't need anything, it just appeared, someone. But that is also a soul. A soul may be a specific soul. So yes, so the souls into this world or otherwise also appear in different forms, and all the plants and all the grass and trees, everything, these also are souls, partial active, partial inactive.
All right. Thank you, Subhash, for answering the question. Is there any question? Please unmute yourself. Any other question?
Yes, one question is that if everything have its own soul, then the thing that we eat, vegetable, meat, and all that, doesn't mean that we kill them.
So what is the question?
Okay, for example, we eat our things, like it can be vegetable, it can be egg, it can be meat, mutton, pork, and all that. By eating that, indirectly, are we killing them as soul?
Okay. So this is a very, controversial answer which I'm going to give probably. The very first thing is killing, right? If suppose a snake is coming to us, right, or a dangerous animal or something is approaching us and we are in fear, right? Just looking at its action, probably, and then we probably would like to kill it. Or a very simple other example, maybe none of or many of us would not have faced an angry or such kind of snake in our house, but look around the cockroaches, right? Look around the mosquitoes, look around the flies. What do we do with them? I would start from here. What do we do with them? Whatever we do with them, it's just either out of fear, out of hatred, or out of ego. I can tell you lots of stories behind this. What is the meaning of ego here? But yes, it does. So when we are killing something, when we are killing someone out of some specific purpose, it is altogether a different thing. And the most important thing is the part which is being killed. What is the feeling of that part? What I mean to say is, when I am killing a mosquito sitting on my hand, okay, my feeling that it is keeping me in trouble, I just put my finger or hand onto it and it simply died. There is an ego associated here also, because I know that it's a tiny thing and I simply can just kill it, right? It's an ego. But at the time, if I see it from different side, being a mosquito, and then try to feel what is happening to me, say, for example, in different way, when there is a giant person, just imagine, in front of whom we are just a mosquito. And knowingly, unknowingly, the food of that giant person comes on us. And we are just a small, tiny mosquito. Now let's think about what happened to me at that time point when I'm being killed, right? What feeling I have at that time point. So if I see it from that perspective, it is really a terrible thing. It is really a terrible thing. So in that respect, when I see, it is really, I'm dishonoring the reality of the whole life cycle. Who the hell I am to kill someone, no matter what it is, unless and until that entity is trying to kill me. If the one entity is trying to kill me, it's my right to protect myself. And during that protection, if that person in front of me is getting killed, it's fine, because the The first step was not from me. And that's why all the soldiers, not just right now, I'm talking about ever, anytime, all the soldiers are always honored, but especially those who don't take the first step from their end. Those soldiers who are first protecting themselves, and in that protection, if someone is being killed, that is altogether a different thing. But for the purpose of something else, for the purpose of our sense organs, for the purpose of our pleasure, if we are not just killing, I'm saying, if we are torturing, if we are making somebody knowingly or unknowingly unhappy, or if we are doing anything which creates trouble to any life, it will count to us in a different way. And that's what we need to understand, the meaning of karma, what it does and how does it function. What is the meaning of karma and how does it impact one or another? So another question, there was one time we had a burning question at one time. There is a butcher, right? There is a butcher, okay? What happens to it? Can butcher get the salvation? Very simple question is, practically, can a butcher get salvation? Just think about it. If this question can be answered by someone, and I had answered this few years back, if this question be answered or understood by someone, that means he will be able to understand, know in and out everything. So with this background, coming to your question, Mr. Adam, when we are eating flesh, right? When we are eating meat and anything else, or even the plants or vegetables or anything, when we talk about plants, we probably are not destroying the plant completely from the root itself. But much more bigger than that, the point is about the feeling. As I mentioned previously, these plants and these trees are semi-active, semi-not active. Feeling also, it is very different. They also cannot express completely. But the animals, especially those animals which people eat, especially, they can express. You can feel the pain of all those, everything, and here, there, and all. So ultimately, it's all about your own feeling, what you feel, right? What you are doing. If you don't feel anything, then forget about it. I mean, there is nothing as such, but the universal truth will be there, because for the one who has created everything, for that, everything is equal, be it human, be it animal, be it insect, be it plants, or anything. In front of that, the one who has created, everything is equal. We ourselves, based on our own comfort, based on our own habits, based on our own understanding, we just flow into the mind the way the mind tells us. This tongue, taste bud into the tongue, right? Taste bud. Do you know how big it is? How it is not even 1 inch, the taste bud, not even 1 inch. And the whole world is killing each other just for that 1 inch of taste bud. It's more about understanding what we want, how we want to lead our life. It's not a debate kind of thing. It's all about the feeling about each and every life around us, how we feel about it. If you don't feel about it, there's no point to discuss. But if you feel about it, then definitely you will understand what exactly it is all about. And then there, in that case, also there is nothing to talk about. There's nothing to debate about, because once you feel it, you act on it. That's how. So this whole world has got generated in so many different ways, and our habits and everything has been changed since beginning so many differently that justifying anything is very easy, or not justifying anything is also very easy. So my suggestion here is, to answer your question, Mr. Adam, is it's completely on your own wisdom. Just for the sake of saying someone what exactly these are, one should not change. The change should come from within. And it is very difficult and hard to convince anyone, especially on the food, unless and until you realize it. Just to let everyone know here right now openly, I used to eat non-vegetarian food when I was studying. And it was the time of 2001 when I was doing my master's and I was in a hostel. And every day, all the 3 times, morning, afternoon, and dinner, all the 3 times I used to eat non-vegetarian because that's how the hostel was serving to each and every student. But one day, but I never ate anything just like as, I mean, oh, if I don't eat those, then I'll die for that day. No, not like that. Since it is there, it has to be eaten, so I am eating, that's it. One day, I saw a red crab into the hostel in the mess where food was served. And those red crabs, some of them were live because it was still to be prepared and they were moving. I don't know what happened to me. I really don't know. At that time point I'm talking about, now I know what had happened to me, but that time I really did not know what happened to me. And since that time, since that day, I have never ever eaten any non-vegetarian food. It's not about taste. Absolutely no. I still remember the taste of egg. Definitely I remember it, but other tastes I have forgotten now, more than 20 years. But I still remember the taste of egg because I used to eat egg a lot. But it's not about taste, not even at that time point, not even now. I don't know what happened to me. Probably it was a feeling about a living thing, which I realized at that point, seeing it, and some thought process came to my mind. Oh, what is going to happen with this? Okay, it is going to be killed. And then, am I going to eat it? Really? What is this? What is that? I don't know. Lots of thought might have come at that time point, and the feeling was altogether different. But to give you one more example, long back, before that, even 10 years before, even from that, I have seen chickens being cut. I have seen goats being cut live. Nothing happened to me at that time point. Nothing happened to me at all. And I saw it being killed. Nothing happened. Now when I realize, now when I even remember those things, I'm just shivering, just shaking, just imagining those things itself. So it's all about the feeling, I think, and when, to whom, what that kind of feeling may come and how long it will persist. It all together depending on the person itself, what type of person he is and where he has progressed on that basis. Mr. Adam.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Preeti ji.
Just trying to unmute. So thank you so much, Subhash ji. I think it's not more like a question, but more like adding up to what you just mentioned. So I'm an Ayurvedic physician, Adam, and I understand the question. I think that question has been in my mind from, I think, more than 30, 40 years. And when I did my graduation in Ayurvedic medical sciences, I think I got very much spiritually connected to this medical sciences, which is a traditional one, very much like TCM, which is a traditional Chinese medicine. And there were, so within Ayurvedic medicine, there are different streams. So they talk about health and fitness also, like there is yoga, then there is panchkarma, and then they also talk about medicines, and they also talk about spirituality. So coming back to the spirituality, sorry, there was a bit of echo. If rest of us can go on mute. So on that point, when I had exactly the same question and I was struggling with that question, and I went to one of my professors and I said, if the plants are also having, life, and they also have a, let's say, soul, or let's say they also have their existence, then we are using them in Ayurvedic medicines, we are using minerals, we are using animals, we are also using plants, then how do we differentiate in terms of, being a very spiritual person and also at the same time healing the other person as well? I think the answer that I got was very interesting, and it really touched my heart. Was there is so he picked up one of the Charak Samhitas and one of the shlokas. So Charak Samhita is one of the books from Ayurveda. It's a medicine book. And then he picked up one of the shlok, and he mentioned to me that in this shlok it mentions, it does not stop you or limit you from using the products or using the different sources from which the medicines are made, whether it is plants, whether it is animals, but there is a process to follow. So they also indicated towards, there are some mantras. Mantras are, these kind of, you can say kind of statements, which you say either to relieve when you are picking up that life form or when you're processing that life form. So it was pretty interesting to see even a basil leaf, when you're plucking a basil leaf, then you have to chant some mantras so that the soul of that basil leaf, if you get connected, if you really think that everything has a life form. Right now, Subhash already mentioned about the 6 types of life forms, soul forms. So if you have that feeling inside you, it's really important that you connect to that, and then you chant for the relief or healing of that specific, you can say, soul form, and then you do any process that is required. Exactly to the point, like Subhaji mentioned, that if it is a mosquito, it may be because of ego, it may be because of fear, it may be because of anything else, you will sometimes take the life of that or soul of that life form. But I think it's really important what the situation is, and are we doing the right desired form. In some cultures also, we see when they are doing, they are cutting or they are taking away the life form, let's say for chicken, uh, as per the different religions also, there are specific mantras or specific connections of people who are doing that work while they are taking the soul of that life form. So it really depends what we want to follow, what your mood, what your desire is, and if you are really connected to it, what is the end goal or what is the output that is coming out of it. Sometimes it is very much about the benefit that we are looking for. Sometimes it is more about how we can heal the world. So again, the output and the desired karma accordingly changes. Back to Subhaji. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Preetiji. Very rightly mentioned. I think there are so many different scriptures available. Just Sangita, I think Atra Rishi and some others have been designed that long back, and Jack Rishi himself. I think along with this, there is one more thing I would like to connect, and that which I mentioned, I think at one point, that what is the real objective of the life? We should always remember that. We should not forget that, right? There are so many bacteria, there are so many viruses which are there inside this air, right? When we walk, right? Do you know how many of them being killed by our feet? When we are even walking, we don't know how many of them are being affected by our simple force. If I do something like this, we don't know. I don't know how many of such kind of lives are affected just by this doing an action, and nothing is there, just air, but there are so many virus and bacteria probably are available around me. So I think in our day-to-day life, the most important thing is to understand what we want from ourselves. These things, the nature, the whole Prakriti is so vast that even if we try to overcome, if we try to touch upon each and everything here and there, it is impossible for a normal person to touch upon and link it up with that. And that's why Swamiji has always mentioned that a yogi, the yogi, real yogi, whose real objective is to change the basis from body to mind to the soul and take the upward direction, for that person, the important thing is to just leave everything as it is, without disturbing, without intervening too much, without intermingling with it too much, because the path is altogether different. So whatever things we are talking about, the eating, drinking, and all different 141 types of vidya and knowledges, including the knowledge of the whole universe also, all these are in one way. But the knowledge of the yoga means coming to the conscious level and bringing that consciousness to the supreme conscious level is altogether different thing. Once we are at that level, so nothing else will matter, actually, nothing else, because all the functionality and everything right now what we are performing on the basis of body, on the basis of mind, would not matter at that time point, not matter at all. But yes, for the sake of right now, all the discussions, all of us being normal human being, definitely all such kind of questions comes in our mind, and there are explanations for all these things, but ultimately the choice is of individual. There may be different type of uh, points can be put upon by anyone, which can simply reverse the whole discussion. It is very easy and it is very much possible. It depends altogether how we think and what we feel and what we experience all about. But this is true. Whatever we eat, whatever we drink, it definitely will impact our body. It will definitely impact our breathing. It will definitely impact our mind and the thought process also. Scientifically also, it has been proven that there are few ingredients are there, few foods are there, few liquids are there, which if you intake, or if you consume them, then you will become more aggressive, and that will simply change your thought process, your thinking. There are some which will impact you instantly. There are some which will impact you slowly, which we don't even realize. But ultimately, there are so many things in terms of diversity in this world. It's our choice, and that's why knowledge is very important. Knowledge, not just by listening, not just by experiencing it on the sense organ basis, but a little bit going beyond that should be the most important thing. Thank you, Preeti ji. Any more question from anyone else? Okay, none. So back to you, Omji. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Rem and Preeti for participating question and answer. Thank you, Swazi, for wonderful talk. Many hidden things were revealed today. We all know much better about the significance of the body and the soul. We all are travelers. We all are traveling for specific tasks, and later we go back to our destiny. If we are the traveler, anything belongs to us. Are we attached? This is the real question. There's a purpose of the body. Body is a tool given to us. We should be responsible for maintaining it too. Make use of this. Once time is over, no one can help us. Taking birth again is very, very painful. So please acquire a true knowledge to come out of this death and birth cycle. This is what the message from the saints and rishis and Maharshi or our Swamiji is trying to tell us. Body keep on changing depending on our actions. We all are bounded to go through, whether we like it or not. Do acquire a true knowledge under the shelter of the master. Then perform the action consciously. This is the key. Awaken the power of your soul. This is the knowledge given by Vihangam Yoga, by our master, in simple ways. So we must learn it. Thank you, Srinivasji, for always supporting us and providing us suggestions for how to make things much better in any situation. A big salute to all our family members. Thank you, Subhashji. Always coming out with new ideas. A dedicated person. I would call it dedicated Sisya. A mediator to connect all of us with the real meaning of this survey. Thank you, your effort, and let's move forward for this. And soon we will be hearing the Chandanji, simplicity and dedication on your actions, the person behind the IT tasks and each and every activity. Thank you for your regular support. And thank you, Mr. Podaji, our director, always standing together with us. Now let's move forward. We are going to offer a closing prayer, which we call a Santi Part. To offer Santi Part, I would like to invite Mr. Chandan Singhji. Chandanji based in Singapore, a regular practitioner of Vihangam meditation, handling all the IT work and coordinating with everyone to let everything go smoothly. Over to you, Chandanji, for Santi Part.
Thank you so much, Omji. Santi Part. हे प्रभु शांति स्वरूप हो, शांति शांति मया शांति 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 जन शांति हो पूर्ण शांति मया शांति हे प्रभु शांति प्रदान कर दूर हो सर्व अशांति देव सदा फल शांतिमय शांति शांति सुख शांति 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 सुख शांति। जय सद्गुरुदेव। Back to you, Om ji.
Thank you, Chandanji, for always giving power to support us for each and every activity. Last but not the least, as you can see the picture of the survey display in the screen, which we call it the Encyclopedia of Spirituality, the holy book composed by His Excellency Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj. The book is available in Hindi. Very soon we will get the English version also. We highly recommend to keep a copy of the survey and read few couplets before start meditation. Please feel free to contact us to reserve your copy. And very soon we will be organizing a blood donation camp. So if anybody interested, please reach out to our team members to get more detail. And we do have our daily practice session, weekly session like this, and quarterly activity as well. We will share more detail very soon. And this is the end of the session. If anyone had any question, please unmute yourself. Any questions so far? So far, no question. Thank you everyone for your participation. See you in the next session. Till the time, take care, stay healthy, and bye-bye. Jai Sadgurudev.